What's up, guys? Zarek here. I'm just checking in. I'm about to eclipse 14 days sober. So according to Annie Grace, that is when the withdrawal symptoms going away. I'm already feeling great. I've done a ton of things to speed the process up. For one, I've been on this process of quitting alcohol. So I already started changing habits. I've always been into fitness and stuff, but my diet kind of fell off a little bit. And along with quitting drinking, I started to focus heavily on my diet. So, for example, when I do intermittent fasting, also when I wake up in the morning, I do a cleansing juice. So I do 8 ounces of water, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, turmeric, ginger, and then I'll do a half a lemon squeeze. And it just cleans you out and all that, and it detoxes the liver. So, as we drink, we damage our liver. Luckily, the liver can heal itself pretty well. So I've aided myself with that. I take a multivitamin, take some, I take a supplement from Irwin Naturals called Sunny Mood, and it kind of really helps, especially after depleting yourself with depleting all the, your serotonin and dopamine and stuff with the drinking and damaging yourself. This supplement kind of helps to give you kind of a boost and make you feel good. I've been doing hot and cold showers in the morning. I've also, always been trying new stuff. I'm a huge MMA fan, and I finally, made the plunge. It's $100 a month, but I joined Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school, and then in that school also trains Muay Thai and wrestling. So I'm learning all these things, and I love it. So excuse my language, I'm having a great time, and it's keeping me focused. For example, the other night, my buddy was like, "Hey, man, come out to the bar and have some drinks." And I was like, "No, I got to go to jiu-jitsu." Now, I don't like to drink normally during the weekend, but a less focused me might have gone, because this friend he is actually a good friend. He just, he still drinks and stuff, but he has this, he does this thing. But for me, I don't really, I don't think it can serve me. But a lot of those friends, they have different beliefs and goals. A lot of people in the world don't have goals. A lot of your friends, unfortunately, it does make them bad people. But some people are on different paths, and very goal-oriented person. I'm trying to achieve things, and part of achieving those things is just because, I want to challenge myself. I want to become a better person. And I think when you're coming from that party scene and everything that we've done there, and some of you might have been using drugs like weed or, ecstasy or cocaine or something on the side additional to your partying. I know I did a few times. I'm just being honest with you guys. I didn't start doing a little bit of those type of things until a year ago. But I only did it a handful of times. But still, I was like, what the hell am I doing? And for a period of time, I was smoking marijuana this year. More experimenting, and I'm not against marijuana. I think it has great benefits, but for me, it just makes me, after a couple of weeks, I just start getting negative effects and bugging out, and it also does the dopamine thing too. So if you're not careful, if you overdo it, it could really mess your dopamine levels and produce a lot of dynorphine, which is gonna just make you not feel that good. And so I prefer doing the CBD. I would suggest most of you guys do CBD unless you really love marijuana and it's not hurting your life. Cool. If that's the least drug you do, cool. If that helps keep, so that's my mentality with it. I'd much rather have people smoking a little bit of marijuana every now and then than drinking. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. So I feel great. My health is great. I'm down. I believe when my weight went up as high as 240. Now I'm naturally a more muscular guy, so it's not the typical 240, but it was up at 242, and I just said to myself, I need to get sober. I need to start dieting. Not dieting, but just changing how I eat, and I'm full. I'm doing the if it's your macros, meaning I eat very nutritional based foods, but I'll also throw it in. For example, I'll get a California Pizza Kitchen, which per slice is only serving is only 250 calories, and so I'll eat half the pizza, and then I'll do a huge salad. So you could still, and I'm losing weight, so you can still do the things you like. I'll go to Chipotle, but I'll get a chicken, I'll do a bowl or something. Just little things, and then also doing the intermittent fasting. I don't eat typically till 1 to 2, and then I stop eating around 9, and then I fast, and in the morning I just have my juices, and it really works. After, I've been dieting now for 8 weeks. I had about 30 days sober, and then I relapsed, but even after I relapsed for 2 days, I kept on my diet. So I've dropped officially, it's awesome today, I dropped 20 pounds. Like I said, I do lift weights, so I'm 220, but it's not the typical 220. I'm going to keep dropping. I want to get down to about 205 to 210. So the new MMA class is going to help. But this video, guys, is more about, I'm checking in, but I'm already starting to get to that other side. And I have all these strings of sobriety throughout the last couple of years, and it all meshes. And it's all about building habits. I'm just building these habits, these successful habits. I'm an entrepreneur in the music industry. So I work a lot, my schedule. So my day is based around how I implement my schedule, because you could be an entrepreneur and screw off and then your business are going to fail because you're not. So I really try to take time out of my day. I was busy as heck. I really didn't even want to film this video because I was so busy, but I'm like, no, I'm committing myself to this channel to put it out there so you guys hold me in check, I hold myself a check, and just to remember how far I came, how far I'm going. We're going for 365 days, but I'm taking it a day at a time, a week at a time. The long-term goal is 365, but don't get it wrong. I really take every day. And you should look into the future, but then also, don't stay in the future, learn from the past and then enjoy your day as you go. So that's what I'm doing. Temptation to drink went away. The drinking anxiety it's going away. After you quit and all that stuff, you have anxiety for a while. That last time I went out like 2 weeks ago when I posted, I felt horrible. My face was all puffy, my eyes, and so I really love this sober lifestyle, guys. And I think one of the things, I was watching that Motley Crue movie. I think you guys you've seen it on Netflix. I went and researched and was looking at Nikki Sixx and these guys, and they all, if you watch the movie, those guys all had serious drug problems and drinking, and most of them are sober, I believe, completely off everything. Maybe one of them still drinks, but Nikki was saying how, he the only thing that got him sober is that his mission in life and the love for his music, it's way bigger high than the drug. So he was able to let it go and drinking. And so for me, letting go in the drinking it's easy when you have so much going on. Like I have so many goals, I have so many opportunities and things I want to accomplish. I'm single, I'm not married. I want to have a family eventually. I have kids, and right now I'm trying to set myself up to be successful in that area, just financially and business-wise. And one of the big Achilles heel that I think held me down a little bit was my my binge drinking that I would do. But I've done awesome these last few years. I've had a lot of sobriety, but I've had to deal with a lot. I had what broke my sobriety in 2017. I had 7 months. Is my uncle, who was really close to me. My father wasn't really in my life that much. He was in and out of jail, and estranged kind of. He was kind of in my life, for the first 9 years, off and on. My uncle was a successful guy. He was, hardworking, upper middle class guy. He started from the bottom. He had a family, bought a home, and he was, he's alpha male type of guy, and didn't say much, but he led by example. And he was very important, and he kind of taught me how to be a man. You know what I mean? And he passed away randomly at 49 in 2017, and that's when my depression came on heavy. And I get emotional talking about it, because I always tell you guys this. I used to go to Thanksgiving every year, to his house, and ever since I was 10 years old, and I used to look forward to it because I looked up to him. Like he was the man. He had his things together. He had his wife, and he had things together, and he showed me what it was to be a man, because whenever I needed him or my family needed him, he was always there. Even if he didn't want to be there, he was there. And I remember I was being dumb, and I had made a good amount of money off some deal I made in the music industry, and I was out tricking off my money, and this was when I was like 26, almost 27, around there, yeah, 27, and I was drinking heavy, and the day before Thanksgiving, I went and got trashed at a local bar, and I woke up the next day thinking I could make it on Thanksgiving, and I didn't show up, and my uncle called me, and he was like, "Hey man, where you at?" And I was just like, "Man, I'm hungover." And then he was like, "Man, I really wish you were here." And it's just, it's emotional talking about it, but that was the last Thanksgiving that I ever got to have with him. And I always used to tell myself, like when I was younger growing up, like, enjoy your holidays, you never know when it's the last one. And then that was it. And that's just to, something to remind you guys what party and what drugs and alcohol can do to your life. I chose drugs and drinking over spending the last Thanksgiving with my uncle, And you know, I did my grieving, guys. It's good to let these things out. That's why I'm letting it out on the video. That's how I really feel, and many of you guys probably can relate to that. And you know, I've moved on from it, and now I have honor, you know. And then the year later, my grandmother died, and then my sister's baby, my nephew died. We have 3 girls, and we had a nephew, and he passed away in the NICU. He was a premature baby after a month, and that really crushed me. And me and his father are really close, and it crushed me. And I didn't care about my life anymore. I'm dead serious, you guys. I was literally, you know, I'll be honest with you, I was out partying, drinking, not intentionally trying to use cocaine or anything like that, but I was out drinking. If you had a joint, I'd smoke it. If there was a line of coke, I'd never done it in my life, never thought I'd do it, and I'd do it. You know what I mean? And that's just my life. I didn't care about life anymore, because I said, well, you know, God took my uncle, he took my nephew, my sister, my family, my mom's depressed as hell, everyone's, and then one day, you know, I just woke up and I said, screw that, you know, I'm gonna switch this. I'm gonna I'm gonna live in honor of these people, and I want to make them proud, and I don't want to do something dumb with this partying and die and leave another burden for my family. And so I decided to change. And you know, after that 7 months of sobriety, I went on a period from with my uncle dying until my nephew died, from like 2007 to you know, till like September-ish, when I decided to get sober. That's when I was going on those benders, and I was in great shape at the time, and I let myself go, I get out of shape, and yeah, that's what happened, you guys. And I just now, and especially even now, you know, I relapsed a little bit, but I'm back on point. I'm in jiu-jitsu class. I'm just doing everything I want. I finally got my passport. I'm going to travel. There's just too much to lose in this life, and you have to let part of dealing with your emotions is not drugging yourself or drinking yourself. You need to feel everything. So I've done a lot of meditation. I'm doing work on myself, and you know, out of the ashes we will rise, guys. And I don't care how bad whatever you did, or you may have been in jail for some of the drinking things you did. It's like, you know, that's not who you are. That's just, you know, that stuff doesn't make you who you are. It takes you over. And yeah, I'm glad to be here. And I know deep down, I know that I've turned a chapter in my life, and I don't believe I will ever go back to that life. And even for some reason, God forbid, something happens and I fall off the deep end, I'm building foundations for myself to get back. But, you know, the goal is every time that you relapse is to get stronger and learn from that, and to the point where you no longer do that. And so yeah, guys, just want to check in. This is basically the 2-week update, and thank you guys. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you started your journey yet, you know, or if you have any questions. Thank you.